Welcome to the Rise Above Project. I'm your host, Joe Perroni. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist, champion bodybuilder, and I've been a personal trainer for about 30 years. This podcast is about helping people with their emotional, spiritual, and physical fitness. I value strength, toughness, and truth. I despise complacency, the victim mentality, and following the herd. If you find my work to be valuable, please subscribe to my channel and tell a friend. Welcome to the From Grief to Relief show on WCOBM.com, and I am Joe Perroni.
I'm Heidi Nancy.
So today we are talking about nutrition and how it also affects the brain, and how the brain affects the body, and how the body affects the brain. I want to go back and forth with that. Most trainers will never tell you that. So that's one of the things that is my strength. So that's why I want to get to that. Here's something really interesting. A couple of times of the last, I want to say more than a couple of times, of the last, say, couple of years, I would get some inquiries on doing somebody's diet. Diets for me take about, honestly, about 30 minutes to write, less than that. And yet in this day and age with these trainers, they are writing up diets, and they charge people sometimes $1,000 to do a diet. And I might not get the job here or there because they're thinking that something's wrong. And I think that was really weird. So you're more into the younger people working out. Tell me what that's all about for a second. Because it's not rocket science, actually.
No, it's not. A diet isn't rocket science, but the problem is that, like I said before, people want wiggle room. And when most people start out, competitors are different. I don't want to that's something totally different because their dieting is slightly more structured and strict, I think. But my challenge has been with clients that, you know, they like to go out, they spend time with their families, they like to go out with their friends on the weekend. You know, they want to have that little space to be able to still enjoy, you know, their favorite foods. My challenge has been taking things out of their diet and trying to explain to them that you can't eat the sugars, you can't eat the processed foods, you have to eat healthy and clean while you're trying to lose weight and get in shape. You need to get all the crap out of your system and start replacing that with healthier foods. I think that there probably is some kind of withdrawal from the foods to some degree, especially sugar.
Right, true.
And then also allowing them to be able to have a cheat meal. But then, like you say, with the way the brain works, for me, a cheat meal, I could do a cheat meal, but I have to really discipline myself that that's one cheat meal a week. It's not a cheat meal every day, because eventually it starts to add up again. You start to put the weight on, and just because you're training doesn't mean...
Well, if you're doing it every day, it's not a treat anymore. It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, but I think easing people into that lifestyle change is what the challenge is because for me, I don't want somebody to run away before I even get started because I throw them a diet like I eat, and they're going to be like, oh my God, there's no way I can eat that way. You know, proteins and just protein and vegetables. And the competitors today, they do a lot of this, I can't wrap my head around it, but they'll say, well, if the macros, micros, they count into your diet. So a competition diet to me is hardcore. You're going to suffer a little bit, okay? You're not going to be eating donuts and cookies and cakes and piling on all the junk to refeed your body. They talk about refeeds. To me, there's no nutritional value in that at all.
No.
So I tend to be like, if you want to get hungry and you want to have a cheat meal, and you know, maybe have a competitors today, they do a lot of this. I can't wrap my head around it, but they'll say, well, if the macros, micros, they count into your diet. So a competition diet to me is hardcore. You're going to suffer a little bit, okay? You're not going to be eating donuts and cookies and cakes and piling on all the junk to refeed your body. They talk about refeeds. To me, there's no nutritional value in that at all.
No.
So I tend to be like, if you want to get hungry and you want to have a cheat meal, you know, maybe have a sweet potato that hasn't been on your diet plan, or have more rice, or eat some more chicken, or get, you know, something like that. So I don't understand it. I don't understand the thought process with the training today, and especially the competition. I have to say, I was at the gym today, and we have a lot of USA competitors at our gym. We're going to have over 20-some people that are in the USAs this year, just, you know, supporting City Gym, which I think is amazing. My thing is I look at some of this, what's going on today in today's climate, and I'm kind of disappointed with the level. But again, that's another show that we were trying to talk about.
It's funny because we're in between break, and the one thing you said you didn't want to talk about was bodybuilding because not too many people relate. So let's switch it. Let me make it the most basic. When we're doing a diet, protein.
Like that's what I was trying to get to before you just interrupted me, was to say that anybody that works out in the gym with weights or you do any type of training, you are a bodybuilder. I think that was the point I was trying to get to, because there seems to be a negativity around if you're a bodybuilder. Well, I'm not a bodybuilder, and I'm not going to eat like that, because I hear that too.
Right.
So I guess that's what I was trying to get to.
The basic definition, I would say, of a bodybuilder is just someone who's trying to improve themselves physically. That's how I would do it. If we get too far into the leaning into like the hardcore bodybuilding stuff, probably not too many people will care. But the basic bodybuilding thing is, as I get older, as I age, and my muscles will get smaller, is there anything I can do to create more muscle, or to at least something that will be an anti-aging thing, that I can stop the process or make myself better even as I get older? Can women reverse osteoporosis? These are the things that I think about when I think about bodybuilding. Some of the basics are this. If you have a gram of protein, it's 4 calories per gram. Very simple. Carbohydrates, same thing. It's 4 calories per gram. Fat is 9 calories per gram. So that is the basic part, what we call the macronutrients of how we make a diet. These days, people are talking about macro diets. Macro just means protein, carb, or fat. So when they say there's a macro diet, what they're saying is nothing, because it's a macro. Because all diets are macro diets. You can't have a diet without macros. It's either protein, carbs, or fats. It's the only way you can do it. So that, the whole name of that, let's just throw it out. This is as simple as like there's only 100 calories. That's why it's suggested that you eat vegetables. So look how much that is. It's hard to eat that much, even in a day. Keep going. This is 16 ounces of spinach. This is also about 100 calories. That's it. You know how long it even takes to eat 100 calories worth of spinach? And think about how much iron you get. So now we have almost 2 pounds of food right here. Only about 200 calories. Now, as I reach into my bag over here, this little bar, which is, I don't want to tell you the name of it, but this is like a protein bar. This isn't even like a Snickers. This here is 230 calories, and that would take me, that's like 2 bites. So you can take 2 bites of this and have no actual micronutrients, right? No vitamins and minerals. Or you have all this. So you can eat this, and then you'll be hungry immediately. Here's another one that's even better. This is everybody's favorite. This bag of M&Ms right here, which seems ridiculously small to me, is 500 calories.
How many servings is in there? 1?
It says 2. That's the funny thing. It's like 280 calories, whatever it is, for once.
And that's what people have to look at too.
Yeah, you can eat this, and then
the amount of servings, because I have people that will drink these drinks, these juice things, and then I'll say, "What is it?" And I look at the back of it, and it's 2 serving sizes. So it's like, no,
right.
You need to double that. And they're like, "Oh my God, I didn't know that." You need to read the serving size, if it's
right.
1 serving size or 2.
Well, this is how they fool you too. Who's gonna open this up and eat like just a few, and then roll the bag up and then put it away? They can't do that. They're gonna eat the whole bag. So what you're looking at here is just the very, very basics. What I was trying to get at is these trainers today that are like 22 years old, 23, they're selling people diets for like $1,000 to do this. This is this simple. I just ratted them out. Like, really, it doesn't take much to write a diet. It's actually pretty simple. I can do it live for you if you want, within 30 seconds, probably, if I really wanted to. So in review, because we need to go to a break, this is like 500 calories. This is over 200. And you could eat this in a matter of no time at all, but then you're still going to be hungry. And then you still haven't fed your muscles or your brain yet. or at least in a positive way. Or you could have like 2 pounds of vegetables. You could probably feed a family of 4. So when we talk about before, when you said that it's more expensive to feed people if you're going to feed them correctly, some of that's true for sure. But in another way, maybe not. You buy your kid a candy bar. How much was this? $4? How much was this? $2? Okay, so sometimes you get them for 2 for, you know. So this is like $3 worth of food. And this is like $6 worth of food. So the numbers just don't add up. So if you really